Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 36, and today we're returning with two very big games as we take on league leaders Arsenal away and Sheffield United at home. Before we get to games though, shall Norwich be getting off camera, and this is going to take a very long time to settle in. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our big 3-0 victory against Manchester United, then the Europa Conference League group opener, as we beat the Czech Republic side by 5-0. 16 games off camera, very run, ranging from mid-September to mid-December, and the run's been pretty mixed, to be honest, and I won't show you all the goals because otherwise we'll be here forever. But so we started off with a 1-1 draw away at Vicarage Road against 10 men Watford. Brewster giving us the lead in this game, but sadly surrendered it with 10 minutes to go. And as you'll see throughout the course of this run, and, well, you've seen for the past couple of seasons, really, we've got a real problem with hanging on to leads right now. So 1-1 draw in that game, and a 2-0 loss at home to Arsenal in the EFL Cup. But I can see by the lineup there, picked a weakened side for it, so it wasn't one bit fussed. And after that, a 1-1 draw away against Brighton. Brewster once again giving us the lead, but once again we surrendered it 21 minutes after the restart. James Carter, a player who you might see throughout the course of the series. He's a very good, talented English wonder kid. Made it 1-1 as the Seagulls got the leveller there. Following that, 3-0 win away in Sweden in the second game of our Europa Conference League group game. And after that, a goalless draw away at St James's Park and a 2-2 draw at home to Wolves. Cracking game, this one. One of the most enjoyable games in the run off camera. Topsy-turvy, took the lead through Vukasin, Vasilic latching onto a poor back pass, and I loved the goal as well. Put Patricio on the floor, rounded him, and then just stroked it into the open goal. So cool from the Serbian. But two goals from Leonardo Campagna. First one, glorious strike, either side of half-time. Flipped the script as Wolves went in front, but with 60 minutes to go, Jokic made it 2-2 as the Serbian Wonder Kids ensured we would get a point in that game. And after no wins in our last 4 in the Premier League, we needed a response, and after our win in Cyprus, we came back on the weekend with a big win at home to Tottenham Hotspur, where Ryan, big game Brewster, he lives for these games, scored 2 goals in this one, and Buendia got one as well, as we won it by 3-1, coming from behind to pick up a big pressure relieving victory there. But what followed that was a disappointing loss away at the Hawthorns against newly promoted West Bromwich Albion. Once again, we took the lead but failed to hold on to it. Emi Buendia made it 1-0 16 minutes in, but 80 minutes to go, looking on course to victory, totally capitulated. Chris Wood made it 1-1, and then in stoppage time, Diego Laxalt, a player whose statistics I really like, made it 2-1. Farines really should have stopped it. Powerful volley, but straight at him, and couldn't keep it out as the Baggies came from behind to win. And after that, a victory against the Cypriot side once again, this time at home, to send us through to the knockout stages of the Europa Conference League, as we predicted we would do so easily. And after that, a huge 3-1 victory at home to Everton. And this was a really big game as well. I talked about it on Twitter this morning. Pre-game, former Norwich striker Darren Huckabee was saying I needed to win this game if I'm to sort of relieve some pressure on my shoulders. And we did get the victory against one of the in-form teams in the Premier League this year by 3-1. Aaron scored his first goal of the season, making it 1-0 lovely finish before a player that I could have signed this summer, and I so badly regret not signing him, Carl Crowley, a young English wonder kid, made it 1-1. But in the second half, we managed to win the game, courtesy of Karamoko, bionic legs Dembele, getting up there and connecting with an Eze cross to make it 2-1, and then Brewster scored again to make it 3-1 with 20 minutes to go. But after that, a 1-1 draw away against West Ham, which is a game which we really should have won as well. I think we had a disallowed goal right towards the end of the game as well. I can't remember if it was this game or another one, but either way, drew it 1-1, fell behind, Brewster bailed us out with 5 minutes to go, and following that, penultimate game, the Europa Conference League group stage was a win away in Czech Republic, and after that, a 2-0 victory at home to Fulham to get back on track. Brewster bagging both goals in this game as he extends his fantastic scoring run, and after that, a 1-1 draw at home to Southampton, where again, we needed Brewster to bail us out, just like against West Ham. Fell behind courtesy of a penalty, but 8 minutes to go, Ryan comes up big and ensures we would at least get a point. Final game of camera was a final victory in the final game of the Europa Conference League group stage, and I did say I was going to come back and play that one on camera, but I didn't really see the point, because as you can see, we won all 6 games very comfortably, scoring 23 goals, only conceded 3 times. As we expected, we were going to coast the top spot in the group, which is what we did with a 100% record. But in the Premier League right now, as you can see, it's been a pretty stuttering start for Norwich out of the gate. 15 games in, closing in on halfway through the season. As you can see right now, 5 points behind Manchester City, who occupy that 7th and final European spot. The team to watch this season have been Everton. They've been flying this year, 10 wins in 16 games under former Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe. But yeah, several points behind Man City, much worse goal difference than the teams above us right now. And this season, we've flipped what was our biggest problem from last season. Last year we couldn't defend for toffee. Now, as you can see, we've got the best defensive record in the division, but scoring goals, that's a concern for us. Just 21 in 15 games. That's not enough to get us into a European spot. And as we head into the first of the two big games today, away against the league leaders Arsenal, who have been red hot to start the season off. Real briefly, first things first, FA Cup third round, as you can see, we're drawn against Championship side Queen's Park Rangers. And the Europa Conference League knockout stage draw, by the way, is going to be coming on Monday, which is tomorrow. So yeah, we'll have the knockout draw, and we'll have that before our second and final game at home against the Blades as well. So yeah, first game today, it is indeed Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium. Not feeling confident, got a horrendous record against the Gunners in the save. And right now in the injury report, as you can see, Phil Jones is down. He got injured in our game against the Czech side. And also Eze has just got a serious injury as well. Damaged knee cartilage. We won't see him again until January time at the very earliest. And it's a shame as well, because I wanted to play him in the game against QPR, his former team. But other than that, everyone is fit, and this will be our team. We're going with a Gegenpress system for the match, so I often play this system when we're taking on a big team away, and this will be our lineup. Frinas in goal. It's back for Sanabria, who I've been impressed with this season. Basia, Godfrey and Aarons, with Sander, Longstaff and Maddison through the middle of the park. And by the way, James Maddison this season. I said actually there was the Everton player I was showing you. I could have signed this guy in the summer, Carl Crowley, for around, I think it would have been about £30 million. It would have been cheaper than James Maddison. If I could go back in time, believe me, I'd rather pull the trigger on that wonder kid. Maddison this season has been very poor indeed in the Premier League, but he's part of a midfield trio regardless, with Vasilic on the left, Dembele on the right, supporting the top scorer in the Premier League right now, Rian Big Game Brewster. On the bench, Henderson, Benkovic, Lewis, Gelson, Buendia, Jokic, and Ida as well. First game, it's the league leaders, Arsenal away. Come on, you Canaries. Tough start as well. Matty Longstaff going down injured. And I think it's the perfect time for Gelson to step onto the pitch and show that he's still got it at 37 years old. You know, these are the games where you need these sort of players. You go with the boys you trust. I think it was in the game against Spurs. I played him and he did really well. Helped us get the win in that one. Or it might have been Everton. Can't remember now. But Gelson onto the pitch as Arsenal do go in front. But that goal should be disallowed for offside there. And it is indeed. Everton is denied by the VAR. And one sort of like handy tip for you guys, well not really a tip, but something insightful if you will, is that when a goal goes to VAR, you can often tell whether it's going to be chalked off or not if the linesman just stands still and doesn't move. If that's the case, it's almost always offside. In fact, come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen a goal stand after a VAR decision on Football Manager. Maybe they don't. Honestly, I can't remember. But anyway, we're 45 minutes into the game, and right now we're doing fine. Other than a disallowed goal, it's still 0-0. And I'd certainly take this come to final whistle. Corner for the Gunners, though. Thomas Lamar's going to float it into the centre. Phillips heads down, and Everton's shot is blocked. But Lucas Torreira's effort goes just wide the post. Still 0-0. And I must say, we're defending pretty well at the moment. Committed blocking, I'm liking this. Benkovic has lost his place to Basia in the starting 11, and Basia's done really well since being put into our first 11. Benkovic has been unhappy that we blocked his move to Real Madrid in the summer, and I'm liking the French centre-half. Since coming in, he and Godfrey have done really well. This will be a huge result if we can hang on to it, but a highlight with 6 minutes to go as Ben Chilwell picks it up and comes inside shot over the bar, though still 0-0. I must say we've done very well to limit Arsenal's chances today, but still a few minutes to go, and I could still see there being a late winner in this one. Jimenez plays it through to N'Golo Kante, and now Grujic takes over as Arsenal build from the back. Everton charging forward as Gelson to beat down the right-hand side. Fernandes makes the tackle, but it drops straight to Jimenez who crosses. Phillips is there off the post and behind for a goal kick. He's a new-gen/regen English wonder kid striker. Really, really good. 8 goals in the Premier League this season, but has he hit the woodwork there? Can we hold on to the clean sheet and the points? Sigurdsson for the Gunners to Chilwell. Godfrey heads clear. Lamar, scores. Dying seconds of the game, and Arsenal have won it. Typical. We've conceded a lot of late goals this season, And here's another one added to the collection. Crossed by Chilwell, headed clear by Ben Godfrey, but as Lamar takes a touch, goes for goal from just outside the area, and Farines. That's shades of Andre Onana. Really should have saved that one to Venezuelan. Damn it, man. And we surrender what would have been a crucial point away against the league leaders with basically the final kick of the game. Frustrating as hell, that. Unlucky boys, would be nice to win there, but it wasn't to be. They're relaxed and motivated, but we leave without the point, which is what we really wanted. And, well, thankfully, Fulham did us a huge favour there, beating Man City by 2-1. So the gap remains at 5 points. But this season, just 6 wins in 16 games. That, quite frankly, is not going to cut it. And already 6 draws to our name as well. That's more than a third of our games that have been draws. We've drawn more games than anyone else in the division as well. Quite frankly, this sort of form just isn't going to keep us in Europe. Oh, and how bad is that Longstaff injury? Oh, down. Twisted ankle. And another injury there to one of our midfielders. Longstaff goes down. He's going to be out alongside Eze for the rest of December and most of January as well. We've not had much luck this season, I'll be honest. So moving on to our second and final game of today's episode, at home to Sheffield United. Right now sat in a relegation zone. We really do need to get a big win here. Just before our Boxing Day fixture to keep pace with the boys above us in the European spots right now. Going back to our 4-2-3-1 control possession style of play. Have made a couple of alterations to it this season though. As you can see, we're not working the ball into the box like we used to, so the boys need to go for goal from range. I'm fine with that. We've got some good distance specialists in our team, so I don't mind seeing them shoot from range. We're stopping the run at defence as well, so they can pass the ball around a little bit more. And we also start off on a higher tempo as well. And this will be the team for the game. Farines remains in goal, and back for is now Lewis, Basia, Godfrey and Aaron's, with Gelson Fernandez coming in. Like I said, these are the games where you go with the boys you trust when you're not in especially good form and you need a bounce back. He's alongside Sander Berger in midfield. Vasilic is on the left. Hard to start this guy up top when he's got Ida and Brewster to take out. He's on the left today in the inside inverted winger position. Dembele is also going to be operating as an inverted winger on the right hand side, with Buendia supporting Ida up top. I think he deserves his first Premier League start today. And on the bench, Hernandez, Benkovic, Sanabria, Rose, Madison, Jokic and Brewster as well. Second and final game, desperately need a return to winning ways. Come on, you Canaries. You'll notice that a lot this season. Vasilic is starting more games, but primarily on the left-hand side as an inside forward or an inverted winger. And I am training him to play there. I think with his range of stats, he could do that role really well. His dribbling stat is very good. He's got good technique as well. And he's very quick and agile to cut in from the left. But I'd much rather him play up top. But instead, haven't been able to do that much this season. 25 minutes in, another injury for the Canaries. Dembele now going down. I'm going to bring on Madison for Dembele and play Buendia on the right and move James into the middle. So, golden chance for Madison, who's been very poor this season, as I've said in the Premier League. Just a 1 assist in all his games. That came on the opening day from a set piece. 10 minutes to go in the half, still 0-0. And this season, we've really struggled to create and score goals, even though we've got one of the top scorers in the division in Rhian Brewster. But as Ida is sent forward, he's got 2 red shirts ahead of him. He's beaten 1, and he goes for goal for a tight angle, hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Still 0-0. That's been our only chance of the game. Dominating possession, but not doing much with it. Far from pleased from what I just saw from this team. We're really struggling this season. I mean, we're not. We're in the top half, which is where the ball wants us to finish. But I've just got very high expectations with this Norwich team because we've got such a great set of young players. We've got a couple of superstars in Buendia and Berger. It's just so disappointing. We haven't been able to make the leap from sort of like a fringe European side to an established one. But either way, I need to remind myself, it's only season 5, but with 25 minutes to go, still tied at 0-0, as Sander heads away that corner. Come on, Norwich, let's get a chance and let's take it. Godfrey on the run down the right hand side, and the captain doing it all himself here down this side, playing it across to the middle, and James will control. Lewis slides through Vasilic, and Ida denied by the goalkeeper. Still 0-0. Both chances fall into our number 9, but no goals in the Premier League this season. He can only do it in Europe, Ida, as Buendia's corner is headed away, and it's still goalless. Let's take off Gelson and let's bring on Jokic. And what we'll do is we'll drop Madison down. We'll have him as a roaming playmaker in our midfield duo. And we'll swap those 2 roles around there, as Jokic is a rapid player who can come off the bench and run at tired legs. And let's see if we can find a winning goal in the final 10 minutes. Still tied at 0-0. This will be a terrible result, this. It'll be our 7th draw of the season already. That's only 2 fewer than we got all throughout the entire campaign last season. And draws are not going to cut it, as James drives forward and finds Buendia. And Emi skips around his man. And he's got Vasilic with him down left-hand side. Instead goes to centre and finds Maddison. Oh, off the post. Come on. Not going to cut it. This will not keep us in Europe. You can't draw 0-0 at home to a side in the relegation zone right now. Another injury with Carrow going down as well. And, you know, I'm just starting to wonder how much further we can take this Norwich side. I'm just starting to wonder whether we can't go much further. Karamoko Dembele's injury is, broken ribs. Nothing is going right for us right now. We are not getting the rub of the green this season. And as we remain way outside the European spots, 5 points behind Chelsea, but they've got a game in hand. We're 7 behind Man City now as well, and a worse goal difference record than everyone above us in the table too. I'm just starting to wonder how much further we can take this Norwich team. We've got a great set of youngsters, a couple of really great players in Berger and Buendia as well, but I just don't know whether I've got it in me to lead this Norwich team into the Champions League in the next 2 or 3 seasons. I don't think we've got it. I don't think I've got it either. Thinking of the future, and I'm not too sure how much longer we've got with Norwich City. But that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. Inconsistent results right now are blowing our chance of staying in Europe, and we'll return in the very next episode with games against, that will be a cracking one there, away against Spurs. So I think we'll probably return with that midway through January. Hang on, where's the Europa Conference League thingy? Draw. Where's that? What? Oh, yeah, of course. We get a bye in the first round, don't we? Sorry, my mistake. First knockout round, of course, we get a bye-in. And, of course, we'll enter in the second knockout round. And that will be drawn on the 1st of March. But, yeah, thanks for watching today's episode, guys. Have an awesome day. Much love to you all. And I will see you for the next episode very soon. We'll take on Spurs away and Newcastle home. Let's do that. Spurs away and Newcastle home, as hopefully we'll finally start to get our form sorted and keep pace with the boys or else right now. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.